Welcome to Dork Cast. This is the 10th episode of Dork Cast. How cool is that? I've been pretty good. I missed 1 week, had to move a few other ones around, but for the most part, I've been pretty good so far. But the biggest thank you is to everyone who actually decides to watch this crap. Samuel Christensen, just like you, Jack X Edits, Frog and Pumpkin Bros. Like, come on. How lucky of a guy could I be to get Frog and Pumpkin Bros up in here? Domesticated Caveman, how's it going, dude? Thank you all, everyone who's tuning in. Well, hope you're having a great Friday. Got typical action figure news. Spider-Man. What do you know? There's more Spider-Man. That's crazy. No way. I don't even believe it. Spider-Man. Comic Dad, how's it going, dude? Bob the Mushroom. Man, anyone who's got a name that blows me away like that, like Bob the Mushroom and Frog and Pumpkin Bros, you guys are just, come on. Hey, Stubbs. It's good to see you guys. So if you're into this kind of thing and you're like, man, well, I wish I could just listen, not to watch a stinking video. I do put this quote-unquote podcast onto Spotify and Apple Music also. So there's that. That is something I feel like is pretty cool. So before I actually go into the toy news, I wanted to just bring this up because I used to talk about this kind of thing way more often on this channel about like, hey, if you're a toy photographer and you want to grow an Instagram or your channel, try these things. I used to do more tips like that. Now I just talk about toys all the time. But I just thought this was really interesting. So I started using Facebook more often. I was like, you know what? Let me go on Facebook. And in just like a matter of 2 months of me putting little to zero effort onto Facebook, I'm already at like just under 20,000 followers on Facebook. And all I'm doing is just taking what I'm already doing and just throwing it on Facebook too. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just try it on Facebook. So it seems like, the people on Facebook, they're going to comment a little bit meaner. And there's definitely a different group of people on there. Lucian saw me on Facebook. Yeah, man. But it's definitely very interesting, and it seems like Facebook is doing a really good job lately of trying to become more of a platform that works for people. So first of all, I guess if you're on Facebook, I've been throwing stuff on there, but give it a shot. I mean, try Facebook out. And so something else I've noticed in the last couple of days, like maybe like the last week or so, the people on Facebook are really trying to give like, hey, for new creators, try this. And one of the things that they mentioned to me is put text in your reels. Like if you post, first of all, posting reels is incredibly important and posting them often is important, but they're always like, stick text on the screen. Just put it on there. Put something on there. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, whatever, I don't want to do that. And then just like this week, I've been doing that on every single one of my reels that I post. And every single one of those has performed very well. And it's weird. So I guess like a new tip, just throw text on there. So if you've seen any of the ones I've put out, they're just like, rate this photo 1 out of 10. What do you think of this location? Would you buy this? And it's just like a boop, little pop on the screen. And those all seem to be doing well. And all of the comments are responses to those texts that I'm throwing on screen. So I guess that does kind of work. Silver Moon's like, oh, just put the text on there. You just throw something on there. Yeah. Give it a shot. Yeah. It's kind of weird. It seems to work. And I guess try to be engaging, like almost asking a question. Throw something on there that you would hope maybe someone would respond to in the comment section. I don't know, kind of interesting. So that's just a random thought that I was like, I'll bring that up. But anyway, excuse me, what do you say we get into some toy news? There's some interesting things actually to talk about today. Kind of all over the place. So the first thing I want to talk about is I saved this one. So if you're a fan of Big Hero 6, there's a really nice, big, expensive Baymax. Or, yeah, I almost said Betamax. What's Betamax from? Is that from something? But there's a nice, expensive Baymax figure coming from Gong Studio, or AKA Pop Mart. So Pop Mart is like huge. really popular right now with the Labubu's, but they also makes action figures. So I've done reviews of two different Gong Studio figures. One of them is that Kingdom Come Superman, and the other one is the Gypsy Danger Pacific Rim Jaeger, and both of them are very impressive, especially the Gypsy Danger. And so I'm assuming this is going to be along the lines of the Gypsy Danger, because this is it's 18 centimeters, so it's a bit taller, so it's around the 12-inch mark. For all of my people who are metric users, how many inches? Well, I guess metric users wouldn't know inches. Anyone who's good at converting metrics to whatever American crap is. How many inches is 18 centimeters? Anybody? Nila Gorilla says Betamax is an old videotape size. LOL, before VMH. Oh, is it really? Wow. Okay. Well, there, there we go. So I think that's around 12 inches or so. So it looks really cool. Like, this looks like a pretty high quality figure. Like, it looks legit. I don't know if it's die cast or not. It doesn't look like it is. I'm not really reading the 6 inches. 18 centimeters is only 6 inches? Oh, wow. Okay, then I'm really bad at that. That conversion. Wow. Okay, 7. Sub says 7. Okay, so a little more than 7 or 6 inches. Okay, wow. Well, either way, it looks pretty good. Like, it looks pretty solid, right? Look at that pose. So I think this is a really cool character and a really fun, all this extra stuff. And so it's just cool to see this character getting really quality action figure treatment, So I think that's really cool. White Vegeta says just over 7. Okay, so that's cool. So yeah, keep an eye out for this. This is from the Gong Studio Instagram official, so I'm sure you'll be able to see this on places like, I bet you Kaukus will have it, that kind of thing. So keep an eye out if you're interested. I thought that was cool. I thought that was really cool. So okay, recently I did a video on the new Black Series SDCC exclusive Anakin and Obi-Wan Battle of Heroes. And so one of the things I said was it's only a matter of time until they just release these two figures as is in individual packs. Boom, that's all. And so they here they are. They're already up for pre-order. Well, John Wolf said, I think you predicted it. I mean, I guess I did, but I don't want to give myself too much credit because if you think about patterns and stuff like that it was going to happen. I'm not a Nostradamus toy person for predicting that. I think it was pretty. I don't want to say easy. It was the writing on the wall, but they're doing it officially. But I think it's really cool. But I'm actually pretty disappointed in this. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I don't have to worry about it because I already own the other version. But they look good, right? The figures are good. Here they are. But it doesn't include any of the accessories that the other one came with. And I thought those accessories were really good. Yeah, Stubbs right there. No accessories, though. So the things that really put these figures apart, and I was like, wow, these are great, because Anakin had the extra Sith head. The regular head looks good, but he had that extra Sith Darth Vader head, which was awesome. And they also came with these extra force pushing hands, which were so cool. But they don't come with any of that. It's like, what an L. What an L. I mean, okay, if it didn't have the extra head, I guess that would have been like, darn. But maybe even those extra hands would have been great. It's just like, yeah, I understand they're trying to keep the exclusive being exclusive, but there's so much other stuff in there that would have kept the exclusive. And I really think that kind of stinks. I think Hasbro, come on, you could have thrown that in there. Like, come on. So that's a little bit of a disappointment. The figures themselves do look good, and I still do think they're great figures, and I highly recommend them. But yeah, Domesticated Caveman, what you're saying is very... I get it. I'm right there. Exclusive for the 11 people that got one. Yeah, it was really hard to get a hold of them. And here we go. I know, it's just, it kind of stinks. And so the pricing of these figures is a little interesting too. So right up onto Hasbro Pulse. And so it's a little different now, but the figure itself right here, $27.99. They were pricing it at $28 on Hasbro Pulse, and that's usually the lowest. They'll usually do it the lowest. Gotta make it says drink water. Don't worry. This is my energy drink time of day. I drink plenty of water throughout the other day, but don't worry. But they put it up there for $27.99, which is a pretty high increase. And if you go to like GameStop, it's like 30. And it's like, come on. Like, it's frustrating. And so another thing too is I talked about the maximum Deadpool last time too, and this was at $57.99. Like $58, right? It's like, okay, I mean the Spider-Man was 50, so this one's $58. Apertoy says Yak Face had a post where Shinhati and Balin's skull were released without the robes. So right. Yeah. So now oh wait, I have to fix this here. So when it was first posted, that Deadpool was $57.99. So $58. But it went down. They changed it to $49.99. So I mean, I'm not gonna complain. That's pretty cool. It seems like they actually they could have it's one or two things. They could have either it was a mistake and like, oops, we meant to do it for 50. Or they took some feedback and like, guys, we should lower this. And so lowering it $8 is pretty significant. Green on Screen says he managed to get one. I wish more people did, but they're great figures, so at least there's a mainline release. Yeah, that is good. So, hey, Venom. Venom's coming over. Okay, Venom just thinks he can do whatever he wants now. But he's going to step on my keyboard and like end the stream or something. So they brought down Deadpool $8, which is pretty cool. So if we go to Anakin is now $24.99. So they brought him down a couple bucks too. So gotta make it says, where's the Toxin love? Toxin gets plenty of love. He just doesn't decide to show up. He likes to snooze more. So Hasbro lowered the prices, and I'm not sure if that is because of feedback. I'm not even sure if it's just these two items or not. So he is into the PDA, but I don't know. He likes to chill out more. So Stubbs, you bought them, and then okay, so that's really interesting to me, and I don't know how this is going to work. So Stubbs, you says, of course, lower the price after I bought them. So I'm curious to know if you will get an email saying, "Hey, this price has dropped," and then you'll get a little bit of money back, or they're just going to say, "Snooze, you lose. You bought it when it was higher." Who knows what they'll do? Really interesting. So Apertoy says, I had ordered them, Deadpool and Anakin, through Hasbro, but ended up canceling because of the price. Got on Amazon, Hasbro then lowered. Yeah, really interesting. So maybe this is a good thing. Maybe this is going to be a new pattern for them. Maybe they're going to be having more reasonable prices going forward. So, Stubbs, you got them on Amazon. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, we'll see. We will see how that. But I'm very curious about that. So I'm happy about the prices, but just overall, I'm glad they're releasing the two. Venom, please just lay down and chill. Thank you. But man, I'm so disappointed that they're missing those parts of the figures. Oh well. Well, in other news, there is still more things here going on. Yes, Sebastian Venom is definitely the star of the show, but I mean, if he could take over and do everything, I would let him, but he doesn't. He just sits back, and I have to do everything else. Okay, so this next thing, yes, this is Hatsune Miku, and obviously, I don't think this particular audience who's watching are huge fans of Hatsune Miku. I'm not. I think she's cool. But what's interesting about this figure is this is a Blockies figure, and this is the most action figure-y looking thing I've ever seen Blockies do. You know, like look at she's got joints on the knees. It looks like a pretty like good-looking articulated figure. Even her hair looks like she has articulation going on, and that's pretty cool. Toys with Tanks says, I have no idea who she is. Hatsune Miku is like a famous pop star in Japan, but she's a fictional character. But it's like she's a real thing. You know, she's kind of treated as a real person, even though she's an anime, whatever. So if you go to a Hatsune Miku concert, you will see like a hologram of her, and she's huge, really, really huge. But it's really what I'm more interested about is this style of figure that Blocky is doing. And maybe, you know, they'll do more figures like this, but with IP that doesn't have weird licensing exclusivity like Marvel and Transformers. You know, those probably have more things they have to abide by as far as, you know, American markets. Venom, gosh, you are something else. So I'm just very curious. Are we going to be seeing more kinds of actual looking figures like this? I say it all the time. Blockies is going to be taking over, and I'm sticking by it. And I think there's more evidence. You know, articulated hair is the bomb. Yeah, the articulated hair is cool. So she looks really cool. And there's another video I think they revealed too. So, and you know, this is stop motion. Somebody did this, and it looks like I'm so curious to see like what's all. Blockies is taking over. It comes with a guitar. It's kind of cool. So are we going to see like, because I know that they're putting out like 6-inch action figure looking model kits, as far like with the Spiderman and the Venom ones and stuff like that. So what's going on with Blockies? So curious. I was actually going to do my first like Blockies kind of video this week, but there's some setbacks. So very excited about that. I'm telling you. M and J says, I think articulation is the best part of a figure. What about you? I don't necessarily think it's the best part. It's the most important thing. I think it's like equally as important to me, or maybe even less than just like how good the figure looks. You know, like so in the video I put out this week of the Doomslayer, I was kind of swooning over how good it looked, but the articulation sucked. It was really bad, and so that just because it still looked so good, it was still enough for me to think like, I don't care, it's awesome. But the comment section disagreed, which is fair. So that's pretty cool. Blockies, good job. Zach's stop motion. Are you going to New York Comic Con? I will talk about that in a sec, actually. So there's that. Wow, you were right on the money, Zach. So Tamashii Nations, without I don't know, obviously they were going to, but they announced that they're gonna have a big presence at New York Comic Con, which is very cool. And they did last year, and I was like, oh, I wonder what their exclusives are gonna be. And so they dropped this yesterday. Tamashii Nations is coming to New York Comic Con 2025. In addition to selling NYCC items, the Tamashii Nations booth will feature a bigger lineup of products for sale. So one of which is this Gogeta. And so, I mean, I don't talk about Dragon Ball Z very much on the channel, very much, but Dragon Ball Z is incredibly near and dear and close to my heart. There's not a lot of things that make me feel more nostalgic than Dragon Ball Z. And this Gogeta specifically, this pose and everything, like when I learned that this existed, I was like, Gogeta? Like, what's that? Like, is that Goku? Like, who's that? And then, like, I don't know, probably my older brother Tucker being like, that's when Goku and Vegeta fuse. And I'm like, fuse? What do you mean? What? And so this pose of from Fusion Reborn, this movie, was just this pose alone is so great. And so there's been a couple bootleg versions of this Gogeta, and I've got one of them over here, and I was planning on doing a video soon. So I probably, when I go to New York Comic Con, I'm going to try to pick this one up. I imagine this one's going to be pretty popular. So hopefully by the time I'm there and I get to the booth, it won't be sold out. If not, I'll be a little sad, but they could have it at the Tamashii Nations New York store in Times Square, which will be great too. So man, this is really cool. And I don't talk about Dragon Ball Z as often, but this seemed like a bigger deal to me because it kind of hits the nostalgias. And if you haven't watched this movie, this is probably one of the coolest Dragon Ball Z movies in general. It's just really, really cool. Gano Marcus says, I've never seen Dragon Ball Z. Well, give it a shot. give it a shot. Whoa, Dennis Hernandez, you said you found the T60 Power Armor figure at GameStop? All right. Well, be doing a toy hunt on Saturday, so maybe we'll see it. That'll be cool. Is anyone else going to New York Comic Con? Anybody else going? We'll be there on Sunday, farting around. We don't really have any real plans. We're just gonna be there farting around. So maybe I'll see you there. Maybe I will see you there. That would be really cool. Call Green says you should go to Michigan Walmart. Well, if I'm ever in Michigan, I will. Does Michigan only have one? Do they just have one Walmart? Cool. No, not this Sunday. It's like a weekend. It's October 12th or something. But so you can get like different tickets for what days of the convention, and so I only got a Sunday ticket. One day's enough for me, I don't know. Really cool. Gogeta, pretty sick. Next is another thing from Blockies. So Blockies Star Wars debut at Disney Thailand Toy Expo with product launch. Exclusive editions will be available on site. They've already got it ready to go. So Blockies is getting all the IP, getting all the licenses, including Star Wars. So I'm not really sure what they've got in mind or what they've got planned. It could be the cute little model kit figures. I don't know, but they've got Star Wars. So I'm telling you, they're taking over. Blockies is going to take over. I know they're doing Star Wars now too, says Silver Moon. I know. So I'm excited to see what it is. Cute little stormtroopers with Blockies, and when they come in, I should be doing a video on it. There should be a Blockies video for me every month for a while going forward. So really, that's exciting. I don't know any. So 9/4. So coming up pretty soon. We will see what they're doing. So cool. What else do I have with toy news? Do I have anything? Okay, I think this is the last thing. So Haya just dropped this too. So we've got Monster X coming out, and this is another character. When I've been watching a lot of old Godzilla recently, and I did watch Final Wars, and so this guy didn't really do it for me. I was like, he kind of looks like a Power Ranger villain, which obviously the Power Ranger villains are very much inspired by Godzilla. So it's the other way around. But when I saw him, I was just like, he doesn't look so much like a kaiju. He looks more like a Power Ranger villain. And that's me. That's just me. I'm sure there's probably plenty of people who will hate the sound of my voice when I say that because I'm speaking blasphemy. But Haya's doing it. They're putting out one, and that's cool. I probably won't be picking it up, but I know that this will probably be a big deal for a lot of people. He does look like a really good figure. And that's cool. 8 inches. That's pretty cool. So probably a while, but it's cool to see that Haya's doing more Toho style Godzilla stuff. Jason St. John says, wait, did you say Power Ranger villain? I grew up with the show. Me too. And one of the things about Power Rangers too is that just the designs of their villain suits and just the designs of the costumes are pretty crazy on another level for sure. So that's a compliment. When I do say Power Ranger villain, it's kind of a compliment, but it's also at the same time not something I'm interested for a Godzilla thing. So Crystal Smith, are you going to do a review on the new Spider-Man figure? Crystal, do you mean this Spider-Man figure or what? Thank you very much for the great segues, everyone. So this is the big news of the day. I honestly can't remember the last time I've seen an action figure get revealed that every single person who collects toys pretty much collectively said all at the same time, hell yeah. Like I think everyone just like everyone around the world could hear the words hell yeah because everyone said it at the same time. It just echoed throughout the entire planet because everyone was pretty pumped. They saw this and everyone's like, hell yeah. And honestly, I agree. It looks really good. I like Spider-Man. I've never been the biggest Spider-Man guy. I like Spider-Man, just like every other bloke does. But more recently, since I've been doing so many Spider-Man figure videos, I have kind of grown to love him even more, and also just grown to kind of appreciate Spider-Man figures and the differences between them, and that kind of excites me now. So this excites me even more, and the figure does look quite amazing. Just the choice in colors alone is just like incredibly like satisfying on the eyes. Like they just look so good. And I don't think these are actual this is actual photography. I think these are 3D renders. I could be wrong, but this doesn't look like photography. This looks like and anyway, what this is if you've played Marvel vs. Capcom, this is Spider-Man from Marvel vs. Capcom. And I'm not gonna lie, I think it was around what I don't know, either the Xbox 360 era or like the PS2 era. I bought the most recent Marvel vs. Capcom, and I was like, "Oh, I want to play as Marvel characters," and I really didn't like the game. I really didn't enjoy it, and I was someone who really loved fighting games back then. I loved Dead or Alive and Mortal Kombat, but it had a very different style to this game that I just didn't really enjoy, and so I like traded it into GameStop because I didn't like it. So, um, just throwing that out there doesn't mean I don't love the designs. So here he is, and the articulation looks quite good. So there's these amazing poses here. Like look at this. Look how big that like butterfly joint is around the armpit. Like that's pretty big. That looks like that's gonna be quite a lot of movement there. And that's just really cool. And then he's got a little net shield thing, and he's got some amazing poses. And so like that looks so good. This pose right here is pretty amazing. And it really seems like Figuarts is showing off the articulation in these photos. So they're like, "Hey guys, you want an articulated Spider-Man? This is it. Just so you know, look at all the stuff you can do. Yeah, we can do the Yamaguchi stuff too, Yeah. Yeah, and so I mean it looks good. It even comes with a little spider sense thing, kind of like the Netman and the Maximum. I guess that's a pretty common thing. Yeah, Sebastian says definitely a 3D render. Yeah, I think it's 100%. Angel says no way it can stand on that pose. Well, I mean, that's what it said. I mean, it's advertising as such. I don't. I mean, that the way the weight is distributed here, it doesn't look possible. But they're basically saying it can, and it comes with this little backdrop. Ultimate web throw, Spider-Man. Like Cyclops, Spider-Man also comes with a special attack backboard to use for scenes and displays. So, pretty cool. What are you guys thinking? Is everyone here also just like, wow, awesome, I want it? Or is anyone saying like, not that great? Not that great. Armin says, I need this Spidey, and suggestions on where to pre-order in the US. Well, I pre-ordered this already on Entertainment Earth. And I love Entertainment Earth so much, but they often will get import figures in pretty late. So I'm going to see if I can get a hold of it from somewhere else in the meantime, so I can get it sooner. But it was up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store. But if you go to like any of the Ami, let's check. Ami for a while was my favorite one. Ami. We're doing it right now. Ami. I went to the physical Ami store in Akihabara, Japan, and it was pretty insane. Okay, Spider-Man. Okay, and let's see. I'm not even seeing it. Spider-Man Gamerverse. No results found. Sounds like it's sold out. Actually, let's just go to the home page and go to like new, because it'll probably be here. He is. Pre-orders closed on Ami. Yikes. Let's try Okini Land. Okini.land. That's another one that I really liked using. It's not a huge one, but it's pretty good. All right, so just search Spider-Man or what? Spider-Man. Is it spelled with like a dash or something? Spider Dash Man? All right, we're going back to the. Let's go to figures. Let's see. Is he showing up? Maybe they just don't have it. Okini Land isn't always the way to go. So the Domesticated Caveman just went right away and put him on, grabbed him on Big Bad Toy Store, which Big Bad Toy Store is very reliable, but you might have to wait a little bit longer to get it, you know. So that's very interesting. Let's try Mecha Japan. That's one. Mecha Japan's a good one. See if they have it. I'm not a robot. I'm a human. Do they have Spiderman? New products. Maybe they don't have Spider-Man. Okay, maybe not Mecha Japan. Let's try any other good ideas. Let's try Play Asia. Play Asia. See if they have Spider-Man. If it's not sold out. Toys, figures, recently added. Let's see. Any Spider-Man? Here he is. Spider-Man Gamerverse. Closed, sold out. Okay. Let's try Nin Game. And I already Hobby Genki's another one that I really like, but they're also sold out. Yeah, Nilla, I tried. Yeah, maybe if Calcus has it, that would be really cool. All right, so Nin Game. Let's see. Newest pre-orders. Oh yeah, I forgot that there's this new Mace Windu that looks really good. Is Spider-Man even on here? Maybe he is not. I'm just gonna type in Spider because clearly, here we go. Soon available. Pre-order starts on August 28th. I'm not seeing it saying sold out here. It's kind of weird. Okay, Zach Stop Motion keeps saying show us Venom. Here you go. Here he is. Let's see. Maybe Calcus has it. I don't know if Calcus gets Marvel kinds of, but Calcus is also very very fast. They do have the LPZZ Batman. Let's go to pre-sale. Yeah, I don't know if they have it. Let's just go to something new arrived. Pre-sale. Sorry. Wow. How's there not like a view all thing on here? So, okay. I would say just keep shopping around and hopefully you can get it. Saw on Reddit threads saying Nin Ami sold out super quick, less than a few minutes. Yeah, this is going to be one of the craziest ones. So, yeah, Spider-Man. I mean, is there anything more like evergreen than Spider-Man? I don't think so. So, keep checking. Check out. There's a lot of different. Oh, maybe let's see. Maybe Bombus Bee. Bombus Bee might have it. Action figures, superhero. There's that LPZZ Arkham Origins Deathstroke. Does Bombus Bee not get figure arts and stuff? Spider. It's annoying. I'm not seeing it on here. Check them all. Got to check them all. So, yeah, a lot of the more American sites seem to have it. But if you want it quicker than when they'll get it, then keep on checking. The SHF official website? Do they actually take orders on their website? Hey Ben, welcome, dude. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Ben. So, that's it for the toy news. Pretty cool stuff. Very excited for Spider-Man. But as far as like other Gamerverse, it seems like they're definitely going head on with the this Marvel vs. Capcom line, which is really interesting that Hasbro at the same time is also doing it. Like, why is everybody going after Marvel vs. Capcom? I don't know. Very, very interesting. So let's do the top 10. Toy photography top 10. Did you know that if you post a photo on Instagram and you hashtag Sirdork top 10 on it, 22R, yes, you did miss the Spider-Man discussion. Sorry. But if you hashtag Sirdork top 10 and tag me in it, you could get it featured on a Dork Cast episode. Wow. And 78 people will see it. Well, currently, right now, because it's live. And I'm very grateful for all 78 of those people. So, first of all, thank you, all 78 of you who are here. Hey, Zach Y. You're part of them. Appreciate you. And so are you, not Deflo. I appreciate you. Do you call it Insta or Gram? I think I mostly just call it Instagram. But if I'm trying to be funny, I'll call it Instagram. Because that's funny. Or IG. IG, maybe. IG. So we're going to get started here on the Sirdork top 10 with a classic favorite that we haven't heard from in a while, and that's our boy Duffy. Haven't heard from Duffy in a while, and here he is doing big things with Galactus. What? Are you kidding me? Galactus? Behold Galactus and the new Herald, the Silver Surf Bear? No way. That is crazy. It's kind of insane. Duffy doing all this crazy stuff. And I don't think I've seen Duffy quite so naked before, or silver. But even though we see Duffy every month on the Toy Photography Reacts streams, but he's showing up here on the Dork Cast too. So, and this is a 3D printed Galactus, by the way. So Mr. Clown, he 3D printed that. So if you want, he's also trying to get rid of it. So if you want it, I'm sure he'd be happy to figure out something with you. Wait, Cole says Duffy is my second name. Literally been called that all my years when I served in the forces. No way. All right. Well, Cole Duffy, the correlation makes all the sense. So, Duffy, we're glad you're doing great. Hopefully you're not making, allowing Galactus to devour too many planets. But either way, we'll take it. We'll take it. Coming up next is from JMG Photography 23. Spider-Man and MJ hanging. I thought this was cool. I mean, so this looks like the Figure Arts and the Marvel Legends. Mary Jane. Or MJ. For this, just MJ. And I thought this was just a really cool, they're both hanging. You've got a background that's, slightly out of focus and, implies that they're hanging around. And I thought this was a really, really neat, different kind of shot. Oh, I didn't see this one. What's going on here? It's almost as if Tom Holland and Zendaya are about to reenact some Toby and Kirsten action going on. I mean, Spider-Man kiss, pretty iconic, to be honest. So, cool, a really cool job with this one, JMG. I think this is a really cool shot. Spider-Man looks like me. Ben, honestly, you should be Spider-Man for Halloween this year. That'd be awesome. On Nerdzoic. Pre-ordered Spidey on Nerdzoic, and Andre says, cool. I met the Nerdzoic guy at the Toy Tuber Expo the other day, and he was very nice. We had a good little chat. So JMG, cool job with that one. Next is from Appertoy. Appertoy, you throw something out there like this, and there's no way in heck I'm not going to be like, I love it. This is awesome. It's great. It's really, really great. So in this photo, we've got Anakin, and this is that special one we were just talking about, the Hasbro, the Black Series one, but it's got the special face and the hand too. Appertoy says, "Learn from the best." That's very sweet, very, very sweet of you. Mr. Kiwi says, "Toasted." Love this. So he's got a Darth Vader branding toast on the bread, like it's toasted with a branding of Vader. Do you have a special toaster that does this? Because it doesn't look like this toaster. Did you toast it using that toaster and then bring it over here? So that one? Oh, the Stoned Mandalorian. Hey, thanks so much for joining the membership. That's amazing. I appreciate you so much, my friend. Thanks for joining. That's amazing. Really appreciate that. So he just said no. Appertoy just said no. I toasted the bread and added the toasted Vader. Oh, so wait, did you add it in post? I Doom you 3000. Okay, so is that like a Photoshop thing, or did you? I'm really curious because I've seen like Darth Vader toasters where it toasts like Star Wars on the bread. Very interesting. The whole live chat is like, did you edit it digitally? How did you do it? So am I. Appertoy, come on, give us the answers. We're dying to know. Because either way, it looks really good. He shopped it in. Well, that was couldn't get any better than that because I was totally I had nothing going on in my brain that would have led me to believe that was digital. Great job. Cool. Well, Gotta Make It has joined too. Gotta Make It. Thank you for joining the membership. That's so cool. Please feel free to use some of those emojis. There's a Venom emoji in there. That's pretty great. Well, either way, Appertoy, this is awesome, and these are the things that when I'm scrolling, they instantly make me stop, and I go, "Ha, that's awesome." So, Appertoy, great job with that one. Next is from Bandy SW. This is just beautiful. The lighting is so good, and it looks like they're on Naboo, doesn't it? Here he goes. Gotta Make It's using those emojis. Awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying them. Also, Penguins, I see you throwing questions. I'm gonna be doing a Q&A, in a little bit. And any questions you have, I'll definitely do my best to answer all of them. But this photo, we've got Qui-Gon. This looks like the Figure Arts Qui-Gon Jinn and Jar Jar, or is that the Black Series? I don't know. And they're running around in the swamps of Naboo, just like in the movie, just like in Phantom Menace. The ability to speak does not make you intelligent. Logan Lavender, thanks for the I love that picture. Love the vids. Keep up the great work, Big Dog. Thanks, Big Dog. I appreciate it so much, Logan Lavender. Thanks so much, man. But yeah, this is, I like this because it's like, it's not an exact scene recreation from Phantom Menace, but it's definitely an exact recreation of that moment of them being there, and that's really cool. And I love, and the lighting, the atmosphere going on. There's even a little bit of light rays peeking through, and I think that is so cool. So Bandy SW, great job, really great job. Second, the Stone Mandalorian, I am too. Trust me too, man. Awesome job. And Lucian says ears on Jar Jar like the sun coming through. Yeah, there's a term for that of like when light is shining through skin. Oh, what's the term for that? Light shining through skin. What is that? Surface scattering? That's not what I thought it was. I thought it was something different. Because I watched. Anybody else watch the Corridor Crew YouTube channel? Surface scattering, subsurface scattering. Maybe that's what it is. I think maybe that is it. I don't know, but they're that's like one of my favorite YouTube channels is the Corridor Crew, YouTube channel, and so yeah, subsurface scattering, kinda translucent. Maxwell, that's the word I was looking for. Kinda translucent. Bandy SW, great job, really great job. Next is from Vitoka, and I thought this was just a clean shot. Like, and it's framed very nicely. All these figures in here. But one of the things that's really cool about it, and I would never have known unless I didn't scroll. But as you scroll, all of these stormtroopers were photographed completely separately, and then added in afterwards. And that's extra difficult to do when you have particle debris and stuff going on. So this is photo 1, photo 2, photo 3, and then all together like that, right? That's crazy. And he just used one trooper. So if you don't want to buy 3, you can just use 1, which I've done before too, but not like this. Like having them so overlappy like this is very challenging. So Neil is like, would have never known. Me neither. I definitely would never have known. So that's really cool and impressive. Very nice job. The only way you can make that possible is if you cut them out very meticulously. Very meticulously. And I think that's really cool. Most of the time, whenever I do this, I'm like, I don't want them to overlap because that's a pain. I did one with the creeper from Minecraft. All the overlapping with that was a pain in the Budinsky. So Vitoka, great job. Really great job. Next is from Action Figtography. Mr. Ben himself making an appearance with his Kratos shot. And Ben, I've been loving the Kratos and Atreus shots that you've been doing lately. And I like this one because the pose is really good. Kratos. Yes. The pose is really good, Ben. The way you've got his waist turned and his arms and legs are kind of like opposite moving to each other. Like this is really good. And I love the swampy area you've got with there's some water going on back there. Like that's super cool. So Ben, if you're still here, dude, great job. Keep up the great work. You're always killing it. Always killing it. Yeah, the red really does pop in this. The background and the white and red really do pop because of this. Lucian, this is a Spin Master Kratos. Yeah. I don't know what it seems like. Spin Master was like, we're doing these cool PS4 figs. And then they were like, we're done with that. No, we're done. It's actually kind of interesting that they kind of I wonder if they're gonna do more of those. I wonder if those weren't really successful for them. Because those are the most like adult style toys I've ever seen Spin Master do. Yeah, Lucy and I did a whole video on them. Yeah, whole video. Anyway, good job, Ben. Coming up next, this is from MW Forrester. And I think this is really cool. I think this is a really cool photo. So the concept itself, we've got, the two badass dudes walking away, doing a fist bump. That's awesome. That's super cool. Aura framing, says White. Yeah. I like the word aura that the youngsters these days are using. I think it's cool. I like or isn't it aura farming? Isn't it aura farming? Anyway. But yeah, really cool. The lighting and then the blue atmosphere is really neat. But I like how they're walking away fist bumping, and then in the background you've got Joker and Green Goblin tied up. They work together to fight and defeat their own their individual, idiosyncratic villains. That's cool. Pretty cool. And I think it's just a well done shot too. Lighting is cool, posing is cool. They're not even looking at each other. It's just a cool shot. So MW Forrester, great job. Really great job with the shot. Next is from Slow Dancer, Supreme Marshal Commander of the separatist droid armies. This is just a cool shot of General Grievous. Like the lightsabers look really cool, but the posing and the environment, he really pops. Like he's kind of in my opinion, kind of a hard figure to shoot because he's so thin and like I don't know. It's just kind of difficult, but this is just well done. The posing and everything is really done well to make him pop well in this background, and there's stuff in the foreground and all of that. I think this is just a really cool shot. This one really popped in my face when I saw it. Anyway, he is hard to stand. Yeah, he's definitely hard to stand. I'm very curious about the figure arts when that comes out. But this is a really great shot, Slow Dancer. Yeah, really great job. And next this is from R. Shannon Snapshots with Godzilla and Superman. This is that McFarlane 2-pack. And like the thing that really got me is the way Godzilla is lit. Like the lighting on Godzilla is so good. Like this is like rim lighting at its finest. Like it's not only that you get like a beautiful rim around all of Godzilla, every single one of his little bumps and spikes are so beautifully lit. The shadow is just like it's so well done. Like, and then we've got Superman there too. Oh, look at him go. Using atmosphere aerosol, throwing some stuff. I like how the building is so in the foreground that it's blocking all of the stuff that he's got there. Hey, R. Shannon, here he is. Great job with this shot. Like the way you have Godzilla lit is honestly like it's amazing. It's really, really great. You were nervous about this one. Well, still, I mean, I don't know what you had to be nervous about because you did a really great job. It's really hard to shoot kaiju and Godzilla stuff because it's like, well, he's so big, I can't have him fight my Superman figure because it doesn't scale or whatever. But like, I get, okay, maybe that's where you're thinking because I would get that intimidation too. But no, this is just really good. Really stinking good. I still have mine right there. I'm slowly catching up. I figured out a new way to catch up on my figures, which I guess I'll talk about soon. So anyway, R. Shannon, thanks for sending the shot. It's really, really great. Really, really great job. And so the last shot of the day is from Clone Trooper Foe. Not Clone Trooper Photo, just Clone Trooper Foe. Faux show. Anyway, cavalry has arrived, and we've got this freaking cool photo of Paz Vizsla, which, what a hero. What a hero he was. But I love how the entire photo is kind of full of this, smoky dust, dirt, debris. It's so cool. And then like the way the lighting is kind of filling out the rest of it, like you've got some cool light rays that are showing up in the smoke dust. It's really cool. It's very poster like, and it's very cinematic looking. The lighting is really good. Like this is just a really awesome shot. Like this could be like a full poster. Like I really like this shot. Craig Taylor says it's brilliant. CD Toy Picks is like, love it. This is a great shot. It looks like a real person. Maxwell Pittman throwing out that compliment. Looks like a real person. Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. Man, I remember. Do you remember seeing this guy for the first time in the first episode of Mandalorian? And be like, whoa, the Heavy Mando. That's what his name was. Heavy Mando. So, Clone Trooper Foe. Really, really cool shot. So that'll do it for the top 10. Thanks everybody for sending in their top 10 shots. So let's get into some Q&A. So if you're a member on this channel, I have a little YouTube membership going on here, and one of the perks that is included is if you are, I'll make a little post before the live stream starts, and I'll be like, hey, here is some questions. Throw some questions in there, and I'll talk about them. And they don't have to be personal questions. So often it's like questions about me, and which is great, and I'll answer whatever you want. But most of the time, I'm asking like, hey, if you want to talk about a certain figure or a certain thing coming out, we can make it a topic. You know, it doesn't have to be a question. It could just be a topic. So there's a couple questions here. So to all the channel members, hugely grateful for you. Thank you so much for joining. Wit Yes has just subbed. Thanks for subbing to the channel. Really appreciate it. So here we go. First question for the channel members is from Cole's Cave. Hey Cole, thanks for throwing the question in, dude. He says, hey Jared, do you think you will have a live stream live stream with a few toy photographers and just chat about different styles, editing processes they use? I'd definitely love to watch something like that or to be a part of it. You know what, Cole? It's really interesting. It's really interesting because I absolutely love that kind of thing. I love that kind of thing. And I really focused this channel on that really hard when I first started doing it, you know, the toy photography and editing and tutorials. But I learned that that wasn't the way to go if I wanted to continue to grow this channel, because most people don't care about that. And I mean, a lot of people do, but the larger audience of people care more about the toys themselves, and then a little bit of toy photography in there is really cool. So I've really had to start shifting the channel more towards that, and then having a little bit of toy photography included into it when the main focus is about Spider-Man or something. Kind of like this live stream. Main focus is Spider-Man, but hey, let's do a little toy photography in there too. So I'm not sure if I can really do this kind of thing where the entire thing is just photography based. Really interesting. Yeah, it's like, yeah, Whitya says people will care more. Photography is like a subgenre. I mean, kind of. It's not that people don't care about toy photography, is that people, it's as I do more of this YouTube stuff, there's so much psychology and marketing that's included if you want to have people click and watch things. And toy photography is not a thing that causes people to click and watch. But if they're already watching and I'm taking a cool photo, it does kind of make them want to stick around and watch. So I'll probably will do more toy photography stuff on live streams like this as a secondary thing. And I'm not sure if I'll one of my main goals with this podcast was to also have guest hosts on too, but my schedule is so wild every week where I'm trying to fit everything in that it's really hard for me to also schedule somebody else's schedule in if I have a guest host. So I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. Maybe eventually I'll figure something out like that, but I definitely would love to. That's for sure. Domesticated Caveman says, hey man, happy Friday. You've done tons of explosions and effects. What's the next crazy experiment you want to try? I don't know about a lot of crazy experiments, but okay. I've had this crazy experiment that I've wanted to do for years, but I've never done it. So, you know, one way to get sparks in a photo, you know, if you want it, is the fireworks. But if you have like a grinder, like the power tool, a grinder, and then you kind of use one of the heads against like a metal pipe or something, you just create tons of sparks with no smoke or anything, just sparks. And I've always wanted to do that and like just spray some sparks on the ground and photograph something. And I've seen other people do it, but I haven't done it. I just don't own a grinder. I also don't want to spend X amount of dollars on a grinder just for this. I don't know. Maybe I can get a used one or something, but I would totally wanted to do that. Plus, one of the things I dislike the most about fireworks is all of the sparks, or no, all of the smoke. Sorry, all the smoke. Home Depot $15 grinder? No way, Lucian. I don't agree. I don't believe you. Maybe the lowest would be like 60 or something. Or rent them. Oh, okay, rent one. You should do a toy hunt and walk into Home Depot and rent one. All right, maybe that sounds cool. Yeah, I've wanted to do that for a while. But I don't know. I've never done it. Home Depot power tool hunt. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I know somebody that can let me borrow one. So that I've definitely okay. I gotta do that. Domesticated Caveman, you're re-sparking my interest in that. Toys with Tank says, do you think CT Toys will make a Bane? And who else would you like them to make? Interesting. Well, Toys with Tank, it seems like CT Toys, it seems like they're more focused on like who not like what are popular characters we need to make. It's more like what are popular existing figures we need to rip off. So are there any really big popular Bane figures that are really hard to get? I don't know. Maybe there is, but there's a Bane Mafex, right? They made a Bane Mafex, right? Whitya says, what's CT Toys again? CT Toys is the really popular bootleg brand where they take a lot of mostly Mafex figures and then bootleg them and they sell them for cheap. Oh, so Apper Toy says, if you ever have a drill, a circular saw adapter, maybe I'll do that. Okay. Yeah, John Wolf says the Mafex Bane. Yeah, maybe that one would be pretty cool. Maybe. I don't know. It seems like they're going for like what are the most popular figures. I think the thing that they need to do, and I think it's only a matter of time, is the Hush Superman. Like that is just, widely considered to be the best Superman figure ever. So I think that they'll definitely do the Superman, but I don't know what else should they do. A CT Toys Godzilla. I don't know if they'll do a Godzilla. They seem to be focused more on like the Mafex figure arts kind of stuff. I don't know. I mean, they could do a Monster Arts boot, but they I don't know. Not sure. So I guess we'll see. What anybody else think of any? Sean says a Nightwing. The Mafex, like the Hush Nightwing. That'd be cool. Interesting. Hey, Lucian, appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you so much, man. Have a great day. So I guess we'll see. Toys with Tank. I guess we'll see. And the green on screen. Hey, man, I hope you're having a great day. You too? I've been looking at the InArt 112 Dark Knight because I know it's a great figure. Do you know if there's anywhere I can still get the deluxe one for under 100? I don't know. The main places where they were being sold, like Toys Metaverse, 5K Toys, Bombus B, I think they're kind of sold out. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. Does anyone know if there's anywhere you can get the InArt 112 Batman again? I don't know. Well, one of the things that stinks the green on screen is like if there's an action figure that you want, if you don't get it or pre-order it when it's hot, it's almost like, well, you're never gonna get it again unless it's not very popular and there's still plenty of them in stock somewhere, because that happens. But okay, Stubbs, $25. All right, cool. But yeah, I don't know. That might be pretty difficult to do. So maybe CT Toys will do a bootleg of a InArt. No, I don't know if anything off the top of my head, but what I would do is go to. So I made a video about it, and I put all of the links that I knew of in the video, Bombus B and Toys Metaverse, stuff like that. And if any of those links still have an in stock one, I would go for that. But yeah. Would you like CT Toys to make an SH Venom? Yeah, well, they are Mess Toys is doing their own kind of Venom thing, which I'm very excited about. So we'll see. We'll see about that. Yeah, that's about it for the member questions. So thank you everyone for the questions, for being a member, all that stuff. So now, if anyone has any questions in the live chat, just throw them in there. Hey, no chewing. So the non-deluxe in our Batman is available on Nerd Urbanity. Urbanity. How do you say that? Because I've only recently discovered that one. It's got a 25% promo. Okay. So there you go. Try that one out. Green on screen. Try that one. That's a really cool idea. Oh, I keep forgetting to do this Q&A. Thanks, Chewing. Appreciate that, dude. SMC says, not gonna lie, I should I get the Spider-Man as my first one? Never own an SH Figure Arts. Sounds like a good one to start with, that's for sure. Venom or Venom? I think he means Venom, but Venom would be great too. Whit Yes says, "What's your opinion on the Maximum line?" Well, I've done 2 videos on the existing Maximum figures, and I liked one of them a lot, and I didn't like the other one. So, I check them out. I liked Spider-Man, didn't like Hulk. So, Go Figure Go has made it. Welcome, dude. 22R says, "Weird question, but if one company could make one character of your choice, what would you want it to be made by, and what company?" I definitely want Mayfix Hulk or Mayfix Fantastic Four, new movie version. Yeah, I'm sure Mayfix will do that eventually. As far as the Fantastic Four, probably a while from now, but I'm sure it'll happen. Let's see, who do I want to make a figure? It's so hard. I mean, I've always wanted NECA to do a Grinch. I thought NECA would do great with a Jim Carrey Grinch, right? Wouldn't that be cool? I would love that. Kind of a random one. Let's see. I mean, one of my biggest ones was a V for Vendetta figure, and they made a third party one, an unlicensed one. I love that so much. I feel like I always have a good answer for these, but I always forget. Noctja says, "Any new Pokemon pickups?" Yes, I'm editing the Deoxys video right now, and after this, I'm going to go take a picture of them. So I'm actually having 2 new videos this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So this is one of the things I wanted to really briefly mention that won't be a huge deal, and some people might not even notice at all. But so the rate of action figures that are coming in that I plan on making videos for is much higher than the rate of videos I'm putting out. So I'm putting out videos slowly, but the figures come in quickly, and it's like, oh man. So I started a new kind of video format. The usual shooting and reviewing, and I've done I started doing a shooting and reviewing mini, which is like the same kind of video, but it's a little quicker. It's under 10 minutes. I don't spend as much time on my monologues or that kind of thing. It's a little quicker paced, but it's still the same kind of stuff. Everything's the same. So I have 2 shooting and reviewing mini videos coming out Saturday and Sunday. And it's not like I'm replacing the old video format for this new one. It's just like every so often there'll be a quick mini one in there too. It's like, oh, an extra video. Cool. So 2 of those this week. So instead of the normal 2 videos, we're getting 3. So heads up for that. Hopefully they're cool. I think they flow nicely, actually, being much quicker. Crystal says, "Me and my dad watch you because you give us good ideas for figures and tack good photos, and I want figures." All right. Well, I'm so glad. So thanks to both you and your dad for watching, and I'm so glad that it helps with getting the ideas. I'm so glad to hear that. Stone Mandalorian says, "Who do you think the next Maxim will be, Punisher or Wolverine?" I feel like it's going to be Wolverine. It seems like they're really just knocking out their most popular characters. Spider-Man, obviously, Hulk, Deadpool. I think Wolverine is going to be, yeah. Tara says, "Have any DC characters?" Yes, a lot. Actually, every single video I'm putting out now is being put into a special playlist. So I have a DC figures playlist on there. So if you go to the channel, hit playlists, click on the DC one, and they're all there. So they're all right there. Where can I get the Pedro Pascal Mr. Fantastic? He's a pretty wide release figure. So if you go to the big stores, Target, GameStop, Walmart, you might find them. So I would check those websites too. Anywhere that sells figures, you probably can find them. Entertainment Earth. So I think you shouldn't have. They might be sold out, but just keep searching. You'll find it. My brother's getting a camera. What would you recommend? I have a link with all of my recommended gear. That's linked in every video. So if you go to underneath this video, there's a little all camera gear button. It's an Amazon link that has all the things I recommend right there. IDK, bro. Venom still seems pretty peak. Venom is pretty peak. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Jackie Blake says, "Hi, Sirdork. Long time no chat. It's me, Figure Fan 36. Don't know if you remember me, but I've been out of the toy photography game for a while, but I'm back." All right. Well, Jack, welcome back. Jack, glad you're back. NECA Teletubbies. I'm gonna lie, those might sell. That's kind of crazy. Any NECA Jim Carrey figure would be great. Well, NECA does do 2 different Ace Ventura, so that's cool. Ooh, Maximum Daredevil. They'll do it eventually. for sure. Sebastian Finnegan says, "Does CT toys cause cancer? Because I saw a video, but I'm skeptical. Is this a lie? Another one that is said had lead." If you go to any listing on AliExpress where they sell bootleg figures, there's usually a little disclaimer that says, "Warning: some of the plastics made with this are plastics that are banned in California for causing birth defects or something." Which you read that and I'm like, "Oh shit!" Or oh, oops. Wow, I can't believe that. You read that and you're like, "Oh shoot, that's really scary." But I don't know. That might be like legit something to be worried about, or it could just be like we have to put that disclaimer, something or other. I don't know. So, but the disclaimer is there, and I could just say, well, I don't have cancer yet, and that's good. But who knows? Is it a long term thing? Probably not. I don't know. If you're really worried about it, go and wash your hands after. Just be careful, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know. So let's see. Let's see here. Thank you everyone for throwing out the questions. Mr. W Gamer says, "Are you getting the Ling Jahun Striker Eureka?" Yes, I've already been in contact with Calcus, so then they send me one when it comes in. But I think the one that's coming in first is their first kaiju, the leatherback figure. Can't wait. Can't wait. Missed the Maximum Deadpool stream. What do you think? I can tell this will be my first Maximum pickup. I think it looks cool. But by the way, anything or stream you might miss, it's it's still on the channel, and it's I try to make it so it's a podcast style, so you can just listen to it anytime. You don't have to be here live to enjoy. So it's there. I'll have a lot more of my thoughts in there if you want to go check it out. What would you say is the perfect 25-pound figure? I lie, Spider-Man TMNT, or you like Spider-Man? So 25 pounds, that's like $30, right? I don't know. I feel like if you like Spider-Man, just go and pick up a Marvel Legend that you think looks cool. I mean, you'll probably be pretty happy with it. Same with Deadpool. Same. As far as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I don't know. I don't collect those, so I don't really know. But they all look good. NECA does a bunch of them. So, Smudge says, "Can't thank you enough, sir. How helpful your videos have been. I'm no longer camera illiterate." That's so cool. That's so cool. I'm also kind of like a noob, and I just kind of figure things out on my own. So I think that perspective helps when other noobs come, and I'm like, "Well, I think this button works." I think it makes it helpful for other people like us to understand. Oh, Nerd. I don't know, how do you say this? Nerd urbanity. They have the new Spider-Man for 100 right now, so that's really cool. I'm not sure if they get how quickly. I've never ordered from them before, but so I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how quickly they'll get them. Hey, Mohammed, what is your thoughts on the rumors that said Mattel got the license to make DC action figures? I don't think it's a rumor. I think it's very much public knowledge that that's what's going to happen. And I do remember Todd seeing a video where Todd talked about it and what happened. So Todd McFarlane, that is. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I think towards the end of the Mattel line of DC before they lost it, I thought was pretty not good. But all of the Mattel stuff that I've been seeing lately seems amazing. So like all the Hammond collection stuff is awesome. Those Street Shark figures were so awesome. And so this makes me very excited. I think they're going to do something really good. And I don't know. I'm hoping it's going to be even better than McFarlane. One thing is for sure is they're probably going to go back to a scale that fits with others. So I don't know. They might blow our socks off. All right. Oh, go figure go. Dude, thank you for the super chats, man. You're always so kind. When ordering Chinese food, what do you order? When ordering Chinese food, what do you order? Let's see. I usually get like General Tso and like fried rice. Usually. I don't know. What else would I get for typical Chinese food? I mean like classic lo mein. Chicken and broccoli is pretty good too. I've been recently exposed to something called coconut chicken, which is freaking incredible. So if you see somewhere that sells coconut chicken, order it. I've never seen it before, except for recently. So, Peace Brick says hi, welcome. Cole, yes, Cole's Ed, Ed and Eddie by Jada. Interesting. Cole, see, interesting. Cole, when I don't remember when we talked about it, I think we were thinking Super 7, but Jada would be great too. Actually, I feel like that would be really, really good. I think that'd be really great. Yeah, Ed, Ed and Eddie for sure. Will you pick up the Jada Toys Invincible from SMC Charlie? Yes, 100%. 100 million%. Crystal Smith says, what's the best Spider-Man figure you have? If you watched that video I did recently on the action figure stands, I'd had like my 3 favorites up there. So there's the Netman. I really like the Maximum Spider-Man, and then the Mafex bootleg. I'm sure the regular Mafex is better, but I only have the boot. Jack says, what's your least favorite action figure? To be honest, I don't really know. Like, I tend not to really stick with things that I don't like and I mean, I'll complain every so often, but usually I'll just focus on what I like about something. But the worst figure I've done a review on is that unlicensed Sub-Zero figure from Mortal Kombat, which was JM Toys, I think. That was really, really horrible. That was like, I couldn't believe how bad that was. Like, I don't know. I couldn't believe it. Stub at Pepe says, would you ever buy another NECA mystery box? And if you would, Pop Culture or TMNT? I definitely don't plan on doing that again. That was fun, but the TMNT, no, I'm just not interested. And I would open up big, oh, Ninja Turtle. Oh, another Ninja Turtle. They're all Ninja Turtle. I'm just not into it. Pop Culture, maybe. I do like the idea of that. That did make for a fun video. Fun and very easy. You know, it was a very quick video to do. McFarlane and Mattel merger. No, I don't think so. Those are both. I mean, that's kind of interesting to think about, but I don't think so. McFarlane did kind of acquire DC Direct, which is kind of cool. I've already watched Thunderbolts twice on Disney Plus. Many more times to come. Yeah, I like Thunderbolts a lot. I liked it very, very much. Let's see. Cole, yeah, the Ed, Ed and Eddie, man. All those Cartoon Network ones. Yeah, I agree. Those would be really, really great. All right. Ryan H says, we need figures of absolute Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Yeah, I agree. I really like those newer designs, right? Those are some newer. I haven't read any of the recent comics, but those are really new designs, right? And yeah, they look good. They look really good. And I'm sure they'll happen. I'm sure they'll happen. Let's see. Cat Dog. Yeah, any of the early 2000s kind of, those are just asking to be made into figures. It's just Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. That would be so great. What's the best Batman figure you have? I mean, I really like the in art. I like some of my Mafex Ben Affleck ones, but to be honest, those LPZZ and the in art ones are the ones that I'm really looking forward to. Really looking forward to that. Let's see. Vicious Soldier. Hey, man. Not only that, I've been seeing it lowered to almost half the price on the websites. Oh, the Sub-Zero one. Yeah, it's unfortunate how I mean, if you want a figure that just looks cool and you don't want to do anything crazy with it, then it's a great figure. You can't really switch the heads, but whatever. I have a Gamerverse Anti-Venom. What's your opinion on it? Hard to get into crawling poses. The Gamerverse Anti-Venom. I didn't know there wasn't a Gamerverse Anti-Venom. I know that there's the Gamerverse Venom. So I don't know. I didn't know that this figure existed. I don't have any Anti-Venom figures. I just like Venom, not Anti-Venom. Venom and Toxin. Those are the ones I like the most. Regular show would be a good one too. Yeah, all of those would be really, really good. Apertoy, did you see Target and Walmart are selling Halloween stuff already? Yeah. To be honest, it's I wouldn't even say it's super early. This is pretty typical for what's going on. Which superhero movie was your favorite that came out this year? Superman. That's a really easy question for me, Superman. But if not Superman, Fantastic Four. I really loved Fantastic Four a lot. Like a lot. Have you ever considered doing a collab with other toy photographers or subscribers? Yeah, I've done it a lot of times. I don't do it so much anymore because I have like I give myself like a very tight schedule with everything that I do. And so the only time I can ever really participate in a collab is if it already kind of lines up with something I'm already doing. And that's not because I don't love it. I think it's so much fun. And unfortunately too, and whenever I talk about this, I feel like a pretentious jerk. But if I do a collab and I post about it and whatever, I will pretty quickly get a lot of other collab requests. Naturally, because it's out there. Oh, collab! I want to do it. And collabs are so much fun. But then if I can't just I would have to just start saying no to a bunch of people and saying yes to others. And I feel like it's just like it's unfair for me to say yes to one and then no to most others. So I've just been kind of just saying no almost all the time. So it's really tough. I hate it. And like I guess it's like I'm super fortunate to be in the position that I'm in where a lot of people see my work, but because of that I can't participate in a lot of things like that. Which I don't know makes me sound spoiled, I feel like, but I guess that's just the way it is. Go Figure Go says we need an Ali G figure, Borat or Bruno. I mean, that sounds great. I feel like that would sell. I feel like NECA would be great for that, and it would sell. I don't know if I'd buy Bruno, but maybe Ali G or Borat. That Pickin' Patch says, I've watched you for years on YouTube. Well, thank you so much for watching. That's like, that means everything. As long as you're enjoying it, that's just like, I've done my job. You're enjoying it enough for you to keep on watching, and that's really amazing. I ordered some stands from Elevated Figure Stands today. I'm excited to get them. Awesome. I'm really glad to hear it. Let's see. Okay, John Wolf, the huge Venom. Oh yeah, that was okay. The Game Reverse regular Venom. Well, not right, but just like from the Spider-Man game. Cool. That Pick and Patch. What Five Nights at Freddy's action figures do you have? 0. I don't have any, and I probably won't ever get any, and that's just because I don't play the game, and that's okay. I don't dislike it or anything. I only collect what I love. Sebastian Finnegan says, "You got any Hot Toys or 3-0 figures?" Sorry, that was a really annoying accent. Sebastian, you probably don't sound like that at all. I don't know why I did that. Yes, I have several of each. I've got a handful of 3-0. I've got some Fallout 3-0. I've got a Power Ranger 3-0. I've got some Marvel 3-0. And I've got a lot of Hot Toys, a lot of DC and Star Wars Hot Toys. And I'm doing my first Hot Toy video tomorrow. Yes. And if you're curious, I did a whole video, my whole collection. If you want to see all of it, it's all right there. Brandon, looking forward to seeing more Hammond collection in the future. Me too. I'm enjoying the Hammond collection stuff and just dinosaurs in general. I've got some Nanmu collection figures there. Maybe I'll do that next week. We'll see. Fast food or eat out? Space Jam 1 or Space Jam 2? Spiderman 1, 2, or 3? Venom versus your cat Venom. Whoa, 3 questions in one thing. Fast food or eat out? I mean, I like fast food very much. I also like to eat out. I also I would say both. I don't think I like one more than the other. Space Jam 1, definitely. I never even saw Space Jam 2, to be honest. It might be good, but Space Jam 1 is incredibly nostalgic for me. Like, I had a Space Jam poster in my room growing up. I watched that a lot as a kid. That's very nostalgic. Spider-Man 1, 2, or 3, probably, I like them all, but probably Spider-Man 1. That's also most nostalgic. That was one of the first DVDs I ever owned. And Venom versus your cat Venom. Obviously, my cat Venom wins. He solos. Jack Blake says, with Halloween, it's another chance to buy those skeleton figures at Walmart. Yeah, we'll see if they show up again. That'd be cool. We'll see. We will see. In the movie Cool, what's your favorite character of all time? I'm not really sure what you mean, but probably Superman is my favorite character of all time. Do you have any of the Marvel Legends Thunderbolts figures? No, I don't, but I have seen them at Walmart, and they look pretty cool. I don't think I'll get them, but they do look cool. Let's see. What? Yes, I get this comment a lot. Can you check out Beast of Mesozoic? Yes, and actually, long ago, I did make a video about them. I did like a top 10 action figure brands you've never heard of, and that was one of them. And yeah, I definitely plan on it. I've never really been into getting dinosaur figures until recently, and so started out with the easy to grab Mattels, and I got some non-moves, and I'll do some Beast of the Mesozoic soon. They're really, really cool. But the company has an appearance at Legions Con every year, and so I've seen them in person and stuff, and really, really cool. That's how I first discovered them. Apertoy, what do you think of action figures for fast food restaurant mascots? Which toy brand would you think could pull it off? I mean, I'm gonna just say Jada Toys because they're already doing great with the other food mascots. But let's see. So the Burger King mascot with the big king head, he would be cool. Ronald McDonald, all of the McDonald verse guys. What other fast food mascots are there? The Taco Bell dog. Wendy. Does Wendy have a body? Is she just a face? I don't know. Venom the cat solos the multiverse. Yeah. I mean, every once in a while, him and Toxin have a little battle, and most of the time Venom wins, but not always. Toxin, sometimes I'm like, wow, you go, Toxin. We need sports figures for guys like Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, Alexander Carolyn. I don't even know who that is. And other sports legends. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, Michael Jordan, there's a Mafex. There's a couple Mafex Michael Jordans. I don't know about Muhammad Ali. Did NECA do one of those? So yeah, I agree. That would be really cool, like a sports legends line, interesting. That might be kind of risky because Hasbro tried that starting lineup thing, and that was like the biggest failure ever. So we'll see. It's if it was Morphin time, who would you be morphing into? I mean, I was always a Red Ranger fan. Red Power Rangers were always my favorite, like all of them. Just like I always was drawn to the Red Ranger. There's another Mandalorian that you haven't got. What? What are you talking about? I have them all. No, I don't. There's plenty of them I don't have. There's a lot of Mandos. I don't have the muddy one or the icy one. I have most of the Black series. I think those might be the only two that I don't have. Sorry, my back is starting to hurt. Venomized Venom will kick all your action figures' butts. Whoa. Actually, what'll happen is if the symbiote tried to take over Venom the cat would just kind of like poop it out. That'd be it. Or he would just puke it out. I think he'd probably puke it out. That'd be it. Mattis says, I went on my first toy hunt ever in Oslo, since we have only like 2 action figure stores here in Norway. And I got an SH Figure Arts Goku. Awesome. Congrats. I hope it's a great figure. I hope you love it. Not sure if you know this, but Amazon has the Hammond Collection Allosaurus for a great price. Okay. Actually, I should probably get that. That's definitely one that I need to do. Cool. Do you like Funko Pops, and do you own any? I've got a couple here and there. I don't really go for them that often, but every once in a while one will come out and I'm like, that one's pretty cool. I should buy that. Like, that's pretty cool. Lee Anderson, I don't collect WWE action figures. I'm not really just into it, but I've got like a Black Adam figure, I've got a Peacemaker figure. So I've got some WWE actor characters. Oh, you know what? I was going to talk about the new Peacemaker hot toy. I thought I had that saved. Well, there's a new Peacemaker hot toy and it looks cool. So there's that. Andrew, I talked about it earlier. Woo. Crystal Smith says, you did the video when you reviewed the Marvel Legends Spider-Man 2 game, Venom. It would have been good if they had added 2 extra heads and a spike ball from the game. You know what? I haven't even played the game. I haven't played Spider-Man 2, the second one. So I'm sure that would have been awesome, to be honest. But that figure is really cool. JT, yes, I'm getting that Striker Eureka. Absolutely. Where can I get good figures for cheap? I live all the way in LA. I would just say, if you're looking for good figures for cheap, really cheap. So any of the videos that I do, those like T13 figures for like $1, I would just say do that. And those are AliExpress. Plunderlings. Whoa, the official Plunderlings is here? That's cool. Are you going to Legions Con this year? Heck yeah. I definitely am. And I'll see you there. That's pretty cool. Is this the official Plunderlings? Yeah, I'll see you there. Plunderlings. That's so cool. Andrew says, tell me why I feel like the Hammer Collection series is going to make a Mosasaurus. I don't know why. I don't know what the Hammer Collection is. Just kidding. I know that you meant Hammond. I don't even know what the Mosasaurus is. Sorry. What's one video game weapon you would like to own? That's cool. I would like to say like a super shotgun, but I'm like, what the heck am I gonna do with a super shotgun? I'd probably end up blowing my head off by accident. I don't know. The Blades of Chaos from God of War is like an easy, cool one. You know, like that's super cool. Let's see. Maybe a Crucible from Doom Eternal. That'd be really cool. Can you give me a tip about filming on my phone? Filming on your phone is really great. I use a lot of the time, if I'm not using my actual camera to film, I'm using my phone. It's really, really great. Like, let's see. I mean, the phone just kind of does so much for you. There's so much automatic like adjustments it does. Like it does like stability automatically, and like the lighting, it automatically. It's just like you don't even have to worry, just do it. Like, you know, just that's great. But as far as audio goes, I have like the same microphone that I use that you see it on like my hat a lot. That helps with audio, so I would recommend getting like a Rode mic, which is like $100, but I think it's worth it. Soria says hi. I think Mayfix did do a Tyson and an MJ. Yeah, I know they did the Michael Jackson. I didn't know they did a MJ and Tyson. They did a Mike Tyson. Did they do a Muhammad Ali though? Oh, okay, WWE did a oh my god, sorry. Mattel's WWE line did a Muhammad Ali. That's really cool. Have you ever done a toy photo with your cats and any action figures? I only ask because I've done a few with our 2 cats. Yes, I've done a handful of them. Usually it's with Toxin. Toxin actually cooperates more with the photos. Venom, not so much. Venom just does whatever he wants to do. But yes, if you watch my most recent Woody Toy Story video, I did do one with both cats there. And there's one with some stormtroopers I did with Toxin. I did one with Catwoman and Toxin. So yeah, it's hard, but it's doable. Are you going to New York Comic Con? Yes, we'll be there on the Sunday date, but we're just going to be farting around. So you'll have to just catch us on the floor, I guess. Lee, I'm so glad to hear it. Filming is tough. You know, filming is very, very tough. Random Super Godzilla Lizard dude says Jada needs to make God of War action figures, starting with Kratos, Hercules, Zeus, Theseus. Oh wow, you said Theseus twice, my friend. That would be cool. I doubt they would do like Hercules, Zeus, Theseus. I don't think, because those are like, honestly, those are like kind of forgettable villains. Like I remember fighting them, and like, right, you fight Theseus in like God of War 2, right? I would imagine them to focus more on the PS4 and on God of War for figures. But there is a really cool unlicensed Kratos from God of War 1 coming out that I'm really excited about. That seems really cool. But I would imagine they would do more like probably just more Kratos. I feel like the other villains wouldn't sell so much. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. I do not know. Save my bro from Tyler Vitelli says, yo. If animals could talk, which one do you think would be the biggest gossip? Amongst my animals, my cats? Probably Venom. Venom's got a lot more attitude than Toxin. Toxin's just happy to be around. He's just happy to be there. How many Godzilla figures do you have? I don't know. 10, 11 or so? Something like that. Something like that. The BFG, which yes. Or the BFC. If you play Dark Ages, there's a big effing crossbow, which is pretty cool. Do you have an Iron Man? Yes. What's your opinion on the horrible Titan Hero series figures? Oh, I mean, I don't think they're horrible at all. So the Titan Hero series figures are not horrible because they're not made for grown-ups or whatever. They're made for little kids. And they're exactly what they need to be for little kids. They're cheap, so parents can buy them. A little tiny 5-year-old doesn't care about butterfly joints. And why would they? They care about, oh, cool, that's Batman. And that's all. And it's big, so they can move it around. It's exactly what they need to be. And they're cheap as heck, so parents can buy them for their kids. So they're awesome. They're exactly what they need to be. And luckily, people like us who need action figures have other options and not those. They're just not for us, Let's see. A Mafex M&M? That'd be cool. I could see that. I could see that being sold. Can you do the John Cena Can't See Me? I don't really know what he does. He does this, right? So there you go. What's the best Spider-Man figure in existence? I just answered this. What my favorite is, but I like the Maximum, and I like the Netman, and then I like the Mafex bootleg. Yeah, Stubbs says, I have this shot with Toxin the Stormtroopers. Ah, that's so cool. Thanks, Stubbs. Yes, that's one of my favorite photos I've ever done. Sirdork, have you ever cosplayed when you went to Comic-Con events? There was a time in my life where I did, and I thought it was really cool. And then I was like, this is too much work. And I would just go dressed as like Deathstroke or something, and I would want to buy stuff, but I'm like, I don't want to carry my bags of figures while I'm dressed up like Deathstroke. It's just not fun. And then I'm like, that's not for me. It's not for me. But it's really cool. I'm not something I'm into. I have an idea. What if you paint a cat? Like your cat Venom, like a cat toy. I do have a couple of little cats that look like Venom and Toxin. I do have those. Simo says, hey Jared, just curious, have you ever done a video on how to and where you get to and sell your photos? Yes, I've done 2 separate videos on those. I did a video called how to make money from toy photography, and then I did how to sell toy photos. So there's 2 different videos. If you type that in like Sirdork money, that probably will come up. Like Sirdork sell photos, it'll come up on YouTube. Let's see. It looks like the SH Figure Arts Spider-Man can go with the Mess Toys Spider-Man. Maybe. I'm not really sure of what the scale will be. I have a feeling like Mess Toys might be a little bigger, but I don't know. Lee Anderson, I don't use any special app for filming on my phone. I just use the camera app that the phone comes with. Yep. Sarah's drinking a Sprite. I'm drinking a Rain. I'm trying. This might be my last afternoon energy drink. I'm trying to get better and not drink them in the afternoon anymore. Damien says, what's your favorite figure so far? Mafex Mandalorian 2.0 Chrome Edition. Crystal Smith, if you had to choose, would you get a Spider-Man figure or a Godzilla? Probably a Godzilla. Because right now I'm a little more interested in Godzilla. But Spider-Man. I need to get more Spider-Mans because they really help me in my YouTube career because people love Spider-Man. I'm gonna make a Spider-Man video. People click on it. So because of that, I'm very grateful for Spider-Man. Thank you, Spider-Man. Save My Bro says, "What's your favorite video you've made on your channel?" That's a good question. Huh. Usually when I try to like in real life, when I'm trying like I want to try and explain to somebody what I do in real life. So okay, this is gonna be a funny one. So when I met my girlfriend Nadia, people in real life when they meet me, I say, oh, I take pictures of toys and make videos about them for a living. It's sometimes pretty difficult for people to understand because it's like, wait, what? What is that? What is it? I don't know what that is. So usually I'll try to grab a video that has a good it's like fun, it's funny, it's got a cool photo at the end. I want all my videos to be that way. But I think the video I sent her was the Pacific Rim Gypsy Avenger video because I was like, that one's got Venom in it. It's funny, the photo's cool. I felt like that was a good video. But I would like to say that every video I make, I want it to be the best video I've ever done. So, that's a really fun question. I don't know. I thought the Doom one I did today or this week was a pretty good video. I was pretty proud of that. Lee Anderson. So actually, this question comes up quite a bit. Like, can you say hi to me in your video? Can I be in your video? Can you shout me out in a video? The best way for that to happen is if you tune into a live stream like this and ask a question. This is it right here. That's probably the only way that can really happen. You know what, Apertoy, I haven't done this at all yet. I have not reminded the chat. You guys, if you are watching and you're enjoying it, please, if you would like the video, that would be hugely helpful. So thank you so much for that. It actually makes a pretty big difference. It's easy to forget. And what's really interesting is if YouTube has a really great bunch of statistics that you can have access to. And one of them is how do people watch? So there's like this many people watch on the phone, this many people watch on their TV, and like 60% of people watch on their TV, which is crazy. Maybe not 60, but like by far the majority is on their TV. So if you're watching your TV, you can't really like it. I mean, you can, but it's a little more difficult. So really interesting. All right, I think I'm gonna do just a couple more questions, and that'll be it. I got a photo. I gotta go to Peebles Island and take a photo. Caden says, "Where do you get the figure?" If you're talking about the Spider-Man, because he's the thumbnail, if you go to really any big toy store that you can buy things online, it's there. So Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, all that stuff. Hopefully you can find one that's not sold out, but we did talk about it recently. SH Figure Arts, Mayfix, or model kits, which do you prefer? Definitely not model kits. But SH Figure Arts and Mayfix are probably my two favorite lines ever, to be honest. But I don't know. I go back and forth with SHF, so I'm going to say tie for those, which is cheat, but oh well. Love your videos. The Mess Toys Black Suit Spidey is awesome. I agree. It is really cool. I do. I agree. It's really, really cool. I'm excited for the whatever Venom that they do. Mom, I'm on TV. Get the camera. Yeah, Vicious Soldier's watching on TV. There you go. Maxwell Pittman, do you like bacon? Yeah. I made bacon for lunch today. It was good. It was really good. Slinky Winky Bob. Hey, Jared. First time tuning in a while. How are you doing? Good. Thanks for asking. I'm doing pretty good. I guess that'll be it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and for tuning in. I'll go. Oh, hang on a sec. Christian Muriciati throwing in with a 10 euro super chat. Well, thank you so much. Holy crap. He says, I studied screenwriting, but I didn't know how to tell my stories. Since I discovered toy photography through your channel, everything has become so simple and fun. Thank you so much, Jared. Cristiano. That's amazing. Well, I'm so incredibly happy to hear that. Like, yeah, you'd be so surprised how you can just tell stories through toys and toy photography. That means so much. I'm so glad to hear that, Cristiano. Thank you for the super chat. That's incredibly kind. But I'm just really happy to hear that. That's so cool. I hope you're loving the toy photography. Really, really appreciate it. Marisciati. I feel like that was probably closer, right? I don't know. Thank you again, Cristiano. But everyone have a wonderful weekend. Have a great night. Saturday and Sunday videos will be coming up on the channel, which will be Darth Maul, Hot Toy, and Deoxys Jazzwares. Very different sides of the spectrum, but they're coming up, and they'll be the first shooting and reviewing mini videos, which are just barely under 10 minutes. It's not super short. But thank you again, everyone. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon.